here I am representing, we regulate, and that body is called CPCSEA. It took me 5 years to learn what does it mean, CPCSEA. I don't know whether I still remember, Committee for the Purposes of Control and Supervision of Experiments on Animals. I think I remember that, And so, to me, there shouldn't be any experiments on animals, right? I mean, that is my mandate. Ultimate aim is there shouldn't be any experiment on animals. One should replace all the, experiments on animals by something, I think today we have wherewithals, we have technology to have almost virtual animals to go in for this. So that's our ultimate aim. But I feel really good because you are all feeling good. I think that must have been hats off to the, and of course I know a bit of Dr. Vijaypal Singh. He has been coming to our committee. So the enthusiasm, and in fact, enthusiasm makes the difference. It's attitude can be positive, negative, but enthusiasm and focus on whatever you do. And I think that is very vivid and very clear here. And of course, the experts who have come from overseas, I think you must have taught them very well. I really missed it, but I would know when we come to know from our committee members. Our committee is quite interesting committee. In fact, last 2 days we were all together. We have hardcore scientists who would not sleep without going in for good experiments, state-of-the-art experiments, latest, gadgets to be used, and always inquisitive. And we have hardcore activists in our committee, those who would not like, you can torture human, but you need not torture animal. Those kind of, those kind of people also are there in the committee. So we try and balance. We try and balance and take a decision. We deliberate. Why should you use 2 monkeys? Why shouldn't you use 1 monkey only? And things like that. At times, I think our friends who are here, who experiment with animals, sometimes you think, okay, now this, let's make use of another animal. So I think at least you have learned to minimize the number of animals as less as possible and do it with as much as enthusiasm and, with as less as pain to the animal. I think that's possible, and I think that's what you have learned, I guess. And I could see from the presentations, from the energy, from the enthusiasm that you all reflect. And I wish you well, all of you, wherever you are across the country. We are going to have a better bunch of people experimenting on animals and ultimately telling us that, okay, we'll not use animals for experiments. That's a utopian, I think, today, but but tomorrow comes, I guess, and we would be very happy. In our country, we do not teach animal welfare. That's one link missing. But we have an institution now in the state of Haryana, but along the national highway. In fact, once you further go down, I don't know whether you had an occasion of going there, National Institute of Animal Welfare. So we want this to be strengthened. We want good courses to run there on animal welfare in general. We want some good universities or good institutions to take it over, the teaching part, the knowledge imparting part. So we are looking out for a partner. Otherwise, this facility will go waste. And I think we have in our constitution, we have in our fundamental duties how to respect, human beings, animals, and that's the hallmark of developed world. I mean, developed world doesn't mean that huge $1 trillion economy only. The behavior, and I think you guys were mentioning the animal behavior. We learn a lot. We learn a lot from nature. There is no waste in nature, and things like that. Many things have been discovered or invented because of what happens in nature. So, so the love and respect for nature, it has to be integral, and we need to practice that. So I think that the bunch of people who are moving out from here after 2 weeks definitely would sow the path, and then you have, within the organization, you have many other colleagues of yours. Encourage them to attend these kind of courses, and whatever you have learned it, try and tell them in the same manner the way you are telling us here enthusiastically. That is the need of the hour. I mean, India would become, from jugaad to innovative country only when we learn. There's few basic differences among us and many others, is on our behavior. Standing in the queue, respecting each other, bribe, of course, these days, corruption we are hearing, but, I equally blame the person who, gives, the giver and taker. I would first blame giver more than taker. And what does giver does? To break the queue, to break the queue. Why should one break the queue? If all of us refuse, I don't think, there would be need to find out the taker. If there are no givers, there will be no takers. So, I mean, there are umpteen things. And that's the difference between a developed society and a developing. Respect for women, respect for children, respect for animals. This is what teaches us that we become a developed country. So I think particularly, and we, of course, Government of India through CPCSE organize these kind of courses, but I guess IGIB intervention is one of the first of its kind. And you told me you got the passion from our overseas friends, and now you have brought it here, Dr. Vijay Pal Singh, and I think we look forward for many of such courses. And if it gels, if the enthusiasm is there, and IAW is not very far from here, bless them also, bless that institution also, and let's work together. You're not very far. Entering this campus was very pleasure. I was telling Geetanjali while I was entering, such a beautiful campus at the heart of Delhi, and just so Anjani is here, I think NIAW also should look like at least the lawns, the grass. You can't say that they have water, you don't have water, so there something else welcomes us. So I think let's learn from our sister institution here, we are same. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I have to rush back to the ministry again. There's something up there waiting for me on something else. But all the best to all of you, the enthusiastic participants, the enthusiastic faculty here, and the enthusiastic people from overseas. Thank you very much. Long live animal welfare.
Thank you very much, sir. Well, I guess every participant has always liked to listen. The mother of this course, yes, of course, none other than Dr. Vera Bowmans. I kindly invite her on stage to share her experiences and moments in India, and of course, in this course.
It will take more than an hour even.
Yeah, sure.
All my experiences. Namaste to you all. Indeed, only 2 weeks ago, we started this course, and we were new to you, and you were new to me and to us all. But I feel that we became a well-established social group in which there was no tail-biting, no fighting. And I think this course went very, very well. It was very well organized, very efficient. And you, as participants, you were very active, very eager to learn. You asked lots of questions, and you also gave us a very good and critical feedback, and that is what we really like. It was a fantastic atmosphere, and it was a pleasure. I think this campus is a great location for a course like this. Everything is nearby. The lecture room, the practical rooms, the guest house, the food, the coffee. So there is no time waste in traveling, so to speak. So that was really very efficient. And the food was great. So I could eat Indian food all day, actually. And we learned a lot about India. We learned a lot about Delhi and about your culture. And my goodness, I did not know that when you are discussing that you make so much noise, like yesterday in your presentations. I thought, yeah, in Holland they would wait for their turn to ask questions. And here, and therefore I thought, how would it be in your parliament? But you told me already it was even worse than that. So we learned indeed a lot. So what we also very much appreciated was your kindness and your hospitality. And I even became very close with your glass doors, which, by the way, are now marked with a green dot, maybe as green as my face is, still. So I think that this course certainly deserves to be continued, because it was a success, I think, Vijay, so you should continue with trying to organize another one. And I do hope that you participants learned a lot, and that you will also apply the knowledge you gained, and that you will also share this knowledge with others. So I would like to thank Dr. Vijay Pal Singh for his endless efforts, indeed, to make this course a success. And I thank the IGIB for facilitating this course. And, of course, Dr. Vijay's staff, our girls. Our girls, as we call them, Rangoli and Abba, always ready to help, always asking whether we were well, and when we asked, oh, we will do that. So that was really very nice. And also all the others who were so very helpful, the people in the animal house, in the guest house, in the cafeteria, all. So I want to thank them all for their care and service. So it was really a pleasure to be here and to work with you. So I want to thank you all, also on behalf of our Utrecht team, Jan and Harry and Pim, because they SMS'd me yesterday and said, don't forget to do that. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. We will all miss your smile, your guidance, your care, your teaching, your support, everything. We are surely gonna miss it all. And I'm also very thankful to Dr. Jan Meyer for his care and all the moments that we have shared with him. Now, let us call the man behind the success of this course, without whose efforts, whose hard work, patience, management, support, and care, this course was not possible. Vijay sir, we want you here. Please, Vijay.
As I told you when we were starting this course, that there will be a difference in your attitude when we are here today at 18th of November and when we leave on 29th of November. And I hope that now you qualitatively and quantitatively can differentiate what is unnecessary and what is suffering, how to avoid that unnecessary suffering. And not by saying abstract and vague things like humane treatment, good housing, good blah blah, but really critically, scientifically you can differentiate, no, this is the point where I will not go beyond that one. You are now the brand ambassador of this course. I attended this course in 2010, and thereafter from that day, I was very eager to work out this course here in India. I was doing that in a small scale level in my IGIB, and I'm very thankful to my director, Dr. Rajesh Gokhale, to have a trust in me. He trusted me that whether you can handle this international course, and with the ragtag team of our Lagan time team, we were working tirelessly and without a hitch. I'm very happy, without a hitch, that course is successful. All participants are really happy. All 36 have given their input that they are really happy with the course. They have learned a lot. Because initially when some of the participants were coming, they were saying, we are the in-charge animal house since last 10 years, what we are going to learn from this course. I said, wait and watch. Because I was also in charge, and when I went, I thought I have a lot many things to learn. And very basic. Not a rocket science, but sometimes very basic thing is so important that they disturb your whole of the experiment. And they give a lot of outlier and variation of the data, which affect your ultimately PhD and your publications. So this was my ultimate aim. I also got some kind of a comment that transport from Maharani Bagh from here was not arranged, so it was not good. Food and some beautiful dinners were not arranged. Excursion was not arranged. But my idea from the beginning was that this is not a kind of a conference. You come, you take your bag, attend the conference, and go back and enjoy the Delhi. No. That was not the idea right from the beginning. That we have to give you some stress, because without stress you will not learn. And I have given you enough stress, now you are stress-free, and I hope you have learned a lot. And it was not that I give you the beautiful dinner excursion to Delhi, no. And that is, I think, the idea of my director also. He said, something you should do which makes a difference. And that I have tried. I have given you the food which might have not affected your stomach, although Vera and Jan had some bad stomach because of our too much spices. But I hope you have enjoyed. And emphasis, yours when you organize this course should be like that. Not to promote kind of a welfareism, but promote kind of a technical and scientific attitude. And also this is a competence-based course. Competence-based course means once you have attended this course, you should be in the position to replicate that course. And I hope 99% of you will do that. You will be very eager to start the change in your animal facility immediately after attending this course, because you might have learned very basic things which you might not be doing the rightly. So I want to say just that whether your knowledge, what you have gained, and skill and attitude should not be there only in your brain. Let it be there in your action. Let it show in your animal facility. If you want any help from me, I have given all the material, whatever is required for photo or PPTs. Even you want something like for suturing our cocaine rat or whatever I can share. You can start this one immediately in your animal, especially nearby area for attendant whatsoever. Because this is really the training which will make a change for the people. There are two ways. Either you shout on people, you have to do in this way, which is not very really good. Or otherwise, teach the real method. That if you will do this, it is not really right. It is not really proper. So I think I have adopted another method that if you really learn that if animal have bitten you, whose problem it is? Ours, not animal. Don't be angry on animal. Because if we are not friendly with animal, if we are not adapted to their behavior, it is our mistake. But usually what we do, we beat, animal bites and we then beat the rat on mice whatsoever. They are so helpless. Okay? So I will not take much time. And I want to again thank you, the Vera, Professor Vera, who is, I don't know her age, but she's even more younger than me. When, on the day when she had a very good lecture on welfare, I was knowing, and she was jumping like anything and moving towards the cafeteria where we had a coffee, and she bumped into the glasses. So she is really very eager. And also more or less, she's like me also. She get also angry very much. We had a lot of fight, even the emails also sometime. During our, this cannot be done or this can be done, Vijay, this is not right way. Only way that also I want to tell you that I have organized this program, not, I have not asked for any support from Government of India nearby this one, funding especially. And I have saved a lot of money from the initial funding as well, so that at least I can, if everything goes right, where Professor Vera it will continue at least for 2-3 more years. So that is the thing. I have done most of the things, and credit goes to my director who have trusted me and given the all infrastructure without a fuss. And as I told you, inauguration, he's the man who, I don't know, psychology is like veterinarian. He reads the psychology and say, yes, go ahead with it. So thank you very much, sir, for giving the infrastructure and everything to us. We have made at least 36 people change in India, who will change more than 36 there when they go back their home. Okay? And I also want to thank Suraj Kanji, who have booked all the guest house in the nearby places. Otherwise, to book the guest house in Delhi for 2 weeks is impossible. Even if I try to book in 1 day or 2 days, just not possible. He have helped us tirelessly in booking the guest house. Ram Ranjan to keep the lift always in function, though it is done 1 day. Neeraj Gupta ji for keeping the water supply all the time ready. IT team for different function. And also Dr. Sirdhar Sivsubbu, I don't know whether he's here, for giving a nice demonstration on geographies, and also the participant, all the 36. And one more thing I forgot to mention, I got nearly 100 applications for this course. And we have to select that who to attend, should we ask, okay, they can go ahead with attending, or how to select that one. And for that, I really thank Gitanjali ma'am and Prema Mohan for putting the effort from CPC side and sending the letters and mails to everybody who is there in this one. And also, I want to apologize if I have said anything wrong in between or something which you might have not liked it. Because I am sometimes a very stupid man. I don't think much, and whatever comes to my mind, I say. But later on, I realize I should not have said like that one. So I am apologizing. Please excuse me if I have hurt you anyway. And at the last, we are approaching to say goodbye to you with a heavy heart. But before that one, I want to give the souvenir or memento to some of our foreign collaborators, CPCC people, in the way that they remember our course, and in future they will also support our course. For that, I request Sri Dr. Neeraj Jain from National Brain Research Center. He is our collaborator who have supplied us the animal for this experiment. The biopsy animal that you are handling were from the supply of National Brain Research Center. So I request him to give the souvenir or memento to Sri Hem Pandey, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Environment and Forest, Government of India, and Chairman CPCSCA. Sir, keep this, Hem Pandey, sir, keep this in your cabin. This will keep on reminding that sometime we need the support. Just sign the file as soon as you can.
I am a member of IAS, and I say I am signing. So but I'll share this.
Yeah. No. Now, I request Rakesh Kapoor ji from IGIB to give away the memento. Srimati Gitanjali M, Director CPCSCA, and also Member Secretary of the CPCSCA. Ma'am. Now I request Dr. Jyoti Yadav to give the memento to Professor Mangla, who have all the way come from the Sri Lanka, and who is also helping me a lot in compilation of different reports and writing funding to the funding agency, Professor Mangla. And now I request Director Sir Dr. Rajesh Gokhale to give the memento to Professor Vera, mother of this course. Now I request Dr. Sikha and Dr. Pardeep, who is also the member of our ethics committee, to come on the stage and hand over the memento to Dr. Jan Meyer. Please welcome. Abba.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. And obviously, this cannot be completed unless and until we praise the major man behind this course. And for that, I would like to call Vera ma'am to please come and hand over the souvenir to Dr. Vijay Pal Singh for all his efforts and hard work.